Welcome everyone, I'm John, and here I'm back again to tell you what the market is doing, tell you and educate you a bit more about cryptocurrency and what the future will be holding behind this. Why I find it very important that you all should learn more about your own skills that you have, and that you know that the time that you spend in this lifetime is very precious for yourself. To not just give it to anybody. If you do something you love, like I do, so that you have the energy and the passion to keep doing it. If you are investing into cryptocurrency, I can only tell you to do it safe and make sure that if you are just a hodler and not a trader, that you keep your coins at a safe place. This is one particular object that you can use. This is a ledger. This keeps your cryptocurrency safe. It keeps it decentralized for yourself. It's affordable and it's an easy way to making sure that you have your cryptos always on your hand. This is the cheapest one. It's 59 euros. So the most of us can afford, of course, this. If you can afford to get into crypto, I'm just showing you this to make sure that you keep your cryptocurrency safe for yourself and that you have it on a safe place. Now, I saw this week that we were above 1 trillion again. I find that quite nice to see that we are getting back a bit above 1 trillion. And the market reacted like I predicted about 5 days ago, that we were gonna head back these pre-year highs after making a big candle. We always retest this part, so I love to see this, especially if we're retesting this part, because this was the high, this was the high, this we cannot count with it, so high, high, and then now we are retesting these pre-year high levels from here. That was beautiful. My trade went in, by the way. I put one on 21,777, and it's in. He just barely made it. We went to 21,691, so I was a bit above. Around here, about 1% at this point in profit. I have a few more down here at these pre-year high levels to make sure if we dropped below it that I still would have been in it. If you want to know exactly where my trades are, you can look it up a few trades ago that I shown you. I always keep all my trades in, so I never take one out. I do take them off my drawings because otherwise this would be way too active to look at for any of you. If you want to know what I sometimes look at of charts, let me take one. If I zoom out of this, you will understand what I mean. If everything like this is on my map, I think you would not understand what I'm doing at all at this point. I just sometimes start drawing and see where it ends because it's nice just to do. I love to do it. Now back to the drawing board. Here was the pre-year high and we back tested these levels, so that was very beautiful to see. We were in a sideways level and this one is now being firmly tested as a support. That means that we are heading back upwards, even if the market shows us definitely at this point. We are in a downtrend at this point, but we are in a downtrend already for more than a half a year, so that's nothing new. And we are still moving slowly to these points, key points, so we have a cross here too. We will see if we drop below this level, we will continue going back to 19,000 and pre-year high levels. I do not see it happen right now. I would love to see us go back up for another month, but if we will, that's of course the question. I would love to see us back test these 27,000 that I'm sure of that we will do, but when, that's always a good question, of course. I talked about yesterday that my wife's channel would be on the channel. By the way, this is her channel. You can follow it. This is me in the background, by the way, if you want to know. She also shares my channel. Around here you can get a bit more visualization about what life is all about. I would much appreciate it if you would follow her channel. Then she can grow a bit for herself. And it will help you also grow for yourself, because she talks about life, how it is, and how to get by. She is much more grateful than I am. She has much more belief in everything that I have. And she is teaching me every day how to do it. It's not always easy. We've been around the world already and we've seen a lot of things. They're not all in English. The last 20, I guess, or about 20 last movies are in English. There are a few that's still in Flemish, but that's how she started, and she did not want to take any of her movies off. That's why you can have it in translation by the text and read it. That's possible. She also gives you tips to make good food. I also make these things behind the scene, so I'm making these too. This takes me quite a bit of time by making these stories for you all. This is all fresh food. There is none sugar inside, because we do not eat any of sugars. We want to keep our bodies clean so that we can feel our emotions better, so that we can feel our intuition better, so that we can listen more to the body, what we should be doing instead of being in the head. And I made all of these too. The recipe is under it, the ingredients that you need are under it too, and it's just to make sure that you are happy and feeling good, because it's very important for yourself that you are feeling good and that you make sure that you are the ones that are above the television and everything else. And if you feel stressful, people, it's all normal. There is something big heading up our stream, and we all will see it soon enough. I would just say, try to be happy, be as positive as possible, make it the best life ever. If you're doing something you don't like, let it go, or ask for something better, or look for something better. I would just say ask for it, because every time you walk out your door, you see plenty of people having nice cars, you see plenty of people living in a nice home. Anything they have, you can have too. You just have to ask like they did. Maybe they didn't do it on purpose, asking it, but they did ask it, and somehow, in some way, and they received it. That's why they are where they are now. And in the background, I'm also making a few movies for myself about cryptocurrency. These will be online quite soon. I'm not sure when. It's quite some work, especially if you don't have any skills at making movies or anything else, because this is the first time I made one like this with text into it. It took me a while to make this, but after a while you will be getting it. Once a week she will make something new for food, and every day or every 2-3 days she makes a movie about life and how it is. And I'm very happy that she can do this for everyone. Now back to the crypto market. Like I said before, we had our previous highs, and that's a beautiful back testing of these levels. I love to see this, because we definitely will be heading up next. Let's take a look at the 12-hour candle. This does not look that good. To make sure that we are staying upwards, I do have to say this, because this was a nice stream up, and now we are doing the retracement action. Then we will do again the impulsive action, but this does not look that good to say that we are heading back up. If this is a complete doji, if this one stays a bit more flatter than this, that would be a perfectly sign to say that we are heading back up. But we have to wait another 6 hours to be sure of that. So let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, for me we should be heading back up. And why do I say this? First of all, this hanging hammer shows us, because this is support level, and this has been back tested a few times now, that this is a hanging hammer, and that means that the market direction would change at the point where he struggles. We have two dojis that show us too that the market should be changing, and this has been bought up quite fast. The 2 hour has no influence, so we cannot tell about this, but you can see this has been bought up like in 2 hours, maybe even an hour. Like 1 hour it took to buy this back up. This looks good. Still, we are still heading up. For me, we are still heading up, and we pre-tested these high levels. The wicks we have touched it in the week candle that you can see, and for me this looks nice. I say we're heading up. Let's take a look at Ethereum. At the week candle, we broke our trend line. That's I do not like to see, but let's take a look before I say anything at the day chart. We retested these prior highs, and for me we are heading downwards. Yeah, we should be heading downwards to these prior high levels here. At least 1430 euros. This will be able to make it, maybe a bit higher, make it 1446. This one we should hit through, so we are still going downwards from here. This was perfect sign, so we should head somewhere around this level before continuously going further down or up. So this would be a nice trade. You could take it now downwards until this pre-level here, and this is 1430. This is still a percentage of, if you do 3x, that's still 15%, so that's still a nice trade that you can make. It's just a pointer, it's no financial advice. I'm just a teacher and letting you show what I see in the market. I know a lot of people also likes, let me do one that I normally do not do, because I know a lot of people love this one. I have no idea why really, but let's take a look. Oh, okay, I'm back, excuse me. Oh, that had to get out. Let's take a week candle. This is XRP. What did he do? Because I do hold this coin, but I do never trade him normally. We can make a lot of money with it. He's quite accurate to the Fibonacci, what I do like. If we put the Fibonacci on this, this means we are now still at the 0 level point. Let's take this bar a bit further into the time frame. Yeah, we're a bit struggling at this point. We are just back testing the same levels week after week at the 0.0, and this is a hard line to get through, because we could still go to 20 cents, something like that. For 25 cents, that would be the pre level if we ever break this one. If we do not break them, the next high level would be around 40 cents again, and we are now at 34. Okay, yeah, 40 cents is probably doable. And if Bitcoin goes up to 30,000, we should be heading up to 54 cents for XRP again. So for the hodlers from XRP, if we go up, that means 75% that you could take a profit. If we do this at 2x, that means that we could double the money that we are having in. Oh, I'm out this trade already. Yeah, let's close this one just. Silica. Yeah, that one surprised me, I must say. I did not see this one coming. But like I said, you can't always protect the market 100%. I thought this one was going straight upwards, and he fooled me around this pre-level. But that's okay, I took a small stop loss on this one because I wasn't 100% sure which direction the market took. It took me around 5 euros or something like that I had to give back, but that's okay. I make more than that in a week. Oh, in a day, I mean. Okay, let's take a look. We have a daily candle, and it's a huge one going back down. If we break through this support level at 3 cents, we should be going back to 3.7. What would be a nice back testing of these pre-high levels here, but we did it around this key level already, so normally this should be it. This should be a finishing line. I'm not 100% sure. I will have to wait for another day to be sure. I will not say something about this one before. Gala. This coin is a magic coin that you should be keeping a very close eye on, especially for the next bull run. This is a completely Web 3 designed. If you never heard of Gala and know what it does, let me show you. This is making blockchain games you'll actually want to play. And they already have nodes running. They already have playable games, and this is quite good. This team is these are young people making this, and this is very nice to see them grow every time they're doing it. Anybody knows Clash of Clans? This is like Clash of Clans but on computer. It's a very addictive game, and it was the best paid game for 3 years on the road, something like that, on cell phone. So if we can play this on cell phone, and you can imagine if you can keep anything that you bought for yourself like an NFT, this game will be a massive player game, I'm sure of it. Grid was a bit a downer, was not really that great at this point, but is still under development. Battlestar Galactica, I have no idea yet. This one neither. This one is fun to play, and you can already play this one. Town Crush I tried 3 or 4 times to the test games that are in development and are playing testable sometimes. Was a nice game. This is also a super addictive game. I tried this one. It was a very nice shooter. Walking Dead is also the same. It's a nice game to play. Legion Reborn is a card game. Townstar is like Farmville, but in a bigger size and where you can earn money. Mirandus will be a massive online RPG game. Legacy is like SimCity that you will be able to play. And we have 2 more then. And these games are all being built at this point at Gala Games. So you can imagine if this is completely out, that Gala will boom like beautifully again. This coin already has done some beautiful signs. If you really want to see, let me take a look how much this one has gained in the last, oh look, in a year it only done 37,000% from last year, from 2020, over more than a year. So that's now a bit more than a year. But 8 months ago this was around 80 cents. So this dropped 93% at this point. That means that we are at a very beautiful level. This can still drop a bit more, so I would be a bit patient before buying it right now. But I definitely would advise. No, I cannot give any financial advice. It's my opinion that this coin will do good in the future. Let me say it like that. And yes, I hold them, if you want to know. At this point, yeah, if you buy for €1,000, you can have like $19,000, so that's quite affordable. If you know, if this goes back to €1, that you would have €19,000 at that point for just €1,000. And he almost hit it the euro, so he hit it 82 cents. That means if you do 82 cents, let me take my calculator. So that means if you would have 19,000 pieces, make it easy. That means that you would hold €15,000 by the next bull run for just putting in $1,000. It's just something that you would really want to have at that point. If you can see what this has done, if you bought down here, you could buy it at like 2 cents or 1 cent. Yeah, if you would buy 1,000 at a cent, That meant that you would have 100,000 if you went up to this point. That would be beautiful. And I myself did not buy it at 1 cent, if you really want to know. I bought it a bit higher, but I also run a note, so for me it's really a must-have. It's no financial advice again. So I showed you some security points, some other things, what coins that I really like at this point, why I trade them too. The market is doing perfectly like I predicted at this point. We just have to be a bit patiently. And for the rest of the evening, I'm gonna give it a call for today because I'm quite tired today. I had no idea why, but at a certain point of the day, I was driving with the van and I was almost falling asleep behind the wheel. And my wife just had the same feeling like I did. We have no idea why. If anybody can help me out why, that would be nice. My energy level is back up a bit, but it's still not 100% perfectly. So I will take a better rest because I think my body is asking for it. I will be back tomorrow with another news article about crypto and try to give you some more pointers and informations. Be well all, be blessed, and enjoy your wonderful evening.